Africa's most populous nation, an alleged home to the happiest people on earth, and now the paradise of the French fizz. Who would have thought that a product of luxury in the circles of merriment and celebration would find a home in a country where over 63% of the population still lives below $1 a day? According to the Euromonitor international research firm, in 2012, Nigerians spent over $69 million on bubbly, and this figure is expected to rise to a whopping $105 million by the year 2017. The consumption of bubbly, by convention, is usually indicative of the prevailing microeconomic environment of a nation. So, with a standard retail price of about $150 a pop, this could be a sign that Nigerians' disposable income is on the rise. Or maybe not. Why do Nigerians consume so much bubbly? And are Nigerians really the happiest people on the planet? We begin our journey in Lagos, Nigeria's commercial nerve center, where we will explore the social and economic dynamics that drive this mind-boggling phenomena. Welcome to Champagne Paradise. Without a doubt, Nigeria's economy is growing. But would it be right to say that part of the positive effect of this is the increase in trade of products such as champagne? Well, I caught up with somebody recently who was willing to shine more light on this economic angle. Doctor, how are you doing?
I'm great.
How did champagne consumption in Nigeria become so prevalent?
We can trace it back to the early 70s, immediately after the Civil War. Emerging from that Civil War, a lot of people were like despondent and all that. But God smiled at Nigeria, and there was a trouble in the Middle East, the Yom Kippur War of 1973. The oil prices skyrocketed. There were sacks of money, people took home, and again there was a huge influx of foreign expatriates and began to introduce this art of drinking champagne, especially celebration times. And we developed a huge palate for
finer things in life.
Yeah, finer things in life. Okay. It's a huge opportunity for the economy, for Nigerian entrepreneurs.
How so?
Nigeria could be a hub for champagne. Other West African countries, other countries can come to Nigeria, which is done. They do trade, cross-border trade. Some of this champagne, 100% might not be consumed 100% in Nigeria. Some could be finding their ways in Togo, in Benin Republic, in Ivory Coast, and some of the Ghana and all that. And because Nigeria is about 79% of West African economy, it's a huge market.
To find out more about this huge champagne market, I decided to pay a visit to champagne marketer Alex Cooper.
How do you tailor your marketing to fit your target consumer?
Market survey is absolutely important. We have a checklist of all the social drivers, social initiators, social creators. We call them in different groups. That's where we get the demographics of the people. We don't attack the entire mass. We do a select, but distribution only to where it matters.
Okay.
To top nightclubs, to top supermarkets, we should be showcased well. So the distribution is more on the building the brand rather than making the money.
There's been an increase in consumption. What do you attribute to that?
Should I say that's part of our job? The second aspect, there's more purchasing power. The middle income group has suddenly exploded into a lifestyle experience. We showcased it, they bought it, They want to live it. And instead of drinking hard alcohol all the time, they thought, let's have elegance. And also to understand, not just to pop and drink, but also to experience the taste of champagne.
What percentage of your revenue actually comes from the distribution of champagne?
Revenue comes for our company 40 to 50% from champagne.
It's amazing how much you think you know until you find out it's not a lot. A champagne discovery from the master himself.
What do you think?
Drinking is in session.
When you drink champagne, you look at the color, you see the color through your eyes. You smell through your nose.
Okay.
And then you taste the thing. But it's nothing for your ear. So when they say that if you want to enjoy fully, all your senses must be tickled.
Interesting.
So you bring the wholesomeness in all your senses out.
In the next segment, we'll be meeting a music video vixen, talking to a cocktail mixologist and consulting with a medical doctor. So much for champagne and its newfound paradise. See you after the break. A great man once said, anything in excess is opposed to nature, a theory that hardly fits with our current observation of the lifestyle here in Nigeria. We continue our discovery into why Nigerians' love for champagne has skyrocketed.
Nigerians' consumption of this luxury item on such a large scale begs the question of the psychology that drives this interest. I met with Dr. Tennyson, a psychiatrist who helped to break down the mental ideology.
Okay. Fortunately, we don't have champagne today.
Well, I'm still working, so it might not be appropriate.
Okay.
Clearly, champagne has always been around, but we do see a trend these days. What would you say influences that?
The first group of people who started taking champagne really were people who were associated with luxury, royalty, power, and so on, ostentatious lifestyle, people who had a lot of influence. So the perception index, therefore, among a group of people who take champagne is that, we are the people who are living really very well. Therefore, it wouldn't surprise you if people find that they want to be identified as people who are really living a very good life, then one of the drinks they should have is champagne.
Okay.
Take a simple example. There's something referred to as vicarious reinforcement. In other words, when any behavior, you think that what somebody else did receives a certain measure of approval, you want to do the same thing too, because every human being, one of the deep-seated needs of people is the need to be accepted, the need to be approved. And if taking champagne and pouring on the floor and pouring it in your watch among your group of peers and your friends is a means of identification and being accepted, people will do it.
As a medical doctor now, drinking in moderation, does it have any benefits, any health benefits, drinking champagne in moderation?
I'll take it from somebody who is used to taking alcohol. Champagne is
A few
alcohol.
bottles every weekend.
Okay, now that becomes somebody who is a regular drinker of alcohol. Like, for instance, there was a survey done in certain parts of France where it was found that this group of people who take table red wine have a lower incidence, that means new cases of heart disease. Comparatively, alcohol and then moderate exercise. Moderate exercise beats alcohol, whatever moderate quantity.
For sure.
Exercising a bit, eating healthy diet, balanced meal, ensuring that your emotional health is stable. You're not overly angry. You're not a type A personality who's always fidgeting. You don't postpone the things you should do today till tomorrow. You're not under emotional pressure, and so on. You're going to live a more balanced lifestyle than somebody who depends on drinking to, reduce his risk of having any heart incident.
After an interesting chat with the doctor, my next stop is with a world-class mixologist. where I hope to discover more about the packaging derivatives of champagne.
Martin.
Hi James, how are you?
Good evening.
Good evening.
How's everything?
Everything is good, how are you?
I'm fine, thanks.
Shall we?
Sure. So what kind of cocktails actually have champagne in them? Like you mix different cocktails, different drinks.
There's a lot of different cocktails you can make. You can make or you can mix with the champagne. You can start with Moonwalk, for example, which is a cocktail we just created for Neil Armstrong back when for his Moonwalk.
The astronaut.
Yeah, for the astronaut. You can. There's a lot of classic cocktails which are shaken up and topped with the champagne. I'm gonna make one for you today. Yeah, the cocktail which is it's called French Kiss Martini.
Okay.
I usually make this cocktail with the fresh fruits, but at the moment I don't have the fresh fruits here, so I'm just gonna make something similar, but it's gonna be tasty.
I hope I'm not gonna be floating on the moon like Neil Armstrong.
No, don't worry. French Martini.
So I'm drinking alone.
Here we go.
I'm drinking alone?
Yeah, I'm at work.
You're at work. So am I. Anyway, cheers to you.
Cheers.
Cheers to you guys. This is my first sample of a French Kiss Martini. Wow, bravo. It's common knowledge that a pretty face attracts consumers. Interestingly, our findings have led us to uncover that the female gender actually influences the buying and selling of champagne. I caught up with Cynthia, a music video vixen, where she shed more light on the champagne lifestyle and how it influences the local music industry here in Nigeria. We've seen you on the very popular song, Show Me a Rosé.
Show Me a Rosé by Ketchup.
Show me your mana. She wanna fling it in the air, na 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 na. Where a rosé, show me a rosé. Where a rosé, show me a rosé. Where a rosé, show me a rosé. Where a rosé, show me a Where a rosé, show me a rosé. Where a rosé, show me a rosé.
How many bottles of champagne did you and the rest of the cast consume during that video shoot?
When they saw my move, you know, most of the guys, they just said, I need to give the girl 5 bottles of champagne.
5 bottles?
Yes, I said, okay, bring it to my table. I invited my friends. I said, come and drink champagne with me. I'm on set with Ketchup. You know, like that. And another guy came in and was like trying to impress me, you know, when they say this sexy girl move like that. So they want to impress Cincy, and they were like, what can I do for you? Okay, just, what do you drink? What do you take? I said, anything. They said, okay, let me just put some rosé on the table. I said,
Wow.
okay.
Do you think the guys pop so many bottles to try and impress the girls?
You know, girls, when they say a guy pop champagne, they'll say, oh, he has money because it's like champagne is expensive or something.
Right.
You understand? Because a bottle of champagne is just 3 glasses. So I think guys, they pop champagne to impress we ladies.
Okay.
You understand? Because if it's just them, they wouldn't have taken champagne. It's for
Right.
we, you understand,
Okay.
to impress us that I'm a champagne guy. Every guy is out there, they want to be a champagne guy. Sometimes when I go out, maybe after party, after an event, we'll see they will just bring a carton of champagne, like 30 bottles and all that. You see, just for 3 guys, and the next thing you see ladies going to that table.
So it works.
Yeah, it works. I've seen a guy compete with another guy,
Okay.
pouring champagne. The other guy bought this carton of champagne. There's 30 bottle champagne box, whatever. And the other guy was like, I need a girl to be on this table. And if that guy is dancing on this table, I'll pop like 5 coffins of that champagne.
That's 5 times 30.
Yes.
150 bottles of
Yes.
champagne.
And you know what? It was just, they were just pouring it on the girl's feet like this.
On her feet.
Yeah.
Wow.
And he was now looking at the other guy's face that, did you see that? Did you see that? Is what I'm doing. To my own understanding, we have rich and we have wealthy guys.
Okay, rich and wealthy.
And we have well-to-do guys.
Well-to-do as well. Okay.
Yeah. And we have popping guys.
Okay. Popping.
Yeah.
As in champagne popping.
Popping guys.